So today, I'm going to have to do some narrations for MEMRI TV. See, they keep publishing Palestinians in different Arab sources, and they're translating them so that people can understand what they're actually saying in their native tongue. But they never do narrations, and even though I'm a terrible narrator, at least it's something. They don't know Americans. We don't want to read subtitles. I'm sorry, you need a narration. So I'm going to do that. Commentators that usually have a million things to say about everything under the sun, they're just pretending this stuff doesn't even exist. So I'm going to do some reaction to this stuff that you're seeing in the Arab world. Most kindergartens in Gaza belong to our sisters in Hamas. Children are raised from a young age on this culture. Allah is our goal, jihad for the sake of Allah. From infancy, children are nurtured to love jihad, to want to meet Allah, and to love fighting the enemy. Why do the Palestinians give birth to so many boys and girls? I heard a beautiful answer to this question. We give birth to so many children so that we can push them to death, to martyrdom. Didn't expect that. In addition, Allah tells us that He cursed the Jews and that He was angry with them and turned them into apes and pigs. You getting all this? And you, Zachariah, what would you like to be? An engineer. An engineer? Why do you want to become an engineer? So that I can blow up the Jews. Let me tell you a story. When I was in 3rd grade, this is back on the East Coast, one of the kids was running for class president, and he said, if I'm elected class president, I will send all the black people back to Africa. I'm not joking. He actually said that. The look on Sister Carmelita's face, even as a 3rd grader, I looked at that and said, wow, what goes on in that household? This. To kill the Jews. I want to be an engineer to kill the Jews. But crickets from you YouTubers and from you in the press. Martyrdom is a badge of honor for the family of the martyr in this world, not to mention his status in the hereafter. I always pray that I, your father, brothers, daughters, and sons, that all of you become martyrs for the sake of Allah. If all my children and grandchildren are martyred for the sake of Allah, it will make me happy. I want to fire missiles at the Jews and be martyred like my father. That's just incredible. That's what they told her about her father. We hope to become martyrs for the sake of Allah. Even if they kill us, we will continue to fire missiles. We will not stop the jihad. Allah be praised. All the young Muslims in Gaza love martyrdom, just as our enemies, the infidel Jewish dogs, love life. We continue on the same path and pray to meet Him in paradise. The blood of martyrs is what Allah loves most. Martyrs live in a place that is beautiful like no other. Martyrs are the first ones to enter paradise. Martyrs will not faint when the trumpet is blown on the day of judgment. Martyrs will see the black-eyed virgins even before their blood dries. Yeah. Now, the folks that don't call her out for that, they're the same folks, by the way, that mock Christians for believing in the flying spaghetti monster. Everyone needs to attack Jews until there will not be a single Jew on this land. We need to run them, the Jews, over with cars and go on stabbing missions and use weaponry. These missions of running over Jews and stabbing them brings honor to Palestine. We're the generation of the upcoming victory. We will never recognize Israel. We asked Hitler why he left some of you alive. He did so in order to show us how wicked you are. Do you think he came up with that on his own? No. He learned that. We will come to you from under the ground and hammer fear into your hearts. And above the ground we will tear your bodies apart with our rockets. Allah willing, we will soon carry the Jews and throw them into the ditches of Hitler, who wanted to burn them. I suppose progressives must just think their suffering somehow makes them act that way. How do they explain what they say in their own language to their own people? How in the world do they explain that? I want to thank Oren Kahanovich, who runs Traveling Israel, who does fantastic work showing people where they can go when they visit Israel, but also describing the culture and the political situation from the point of view of an Israeli. He's the one whose video I used for this. The name of the video is I Can Understand Why the Palestinians Hate Us Israelis. Take a look at his channel, travelingisrael.com.